Alright, what's going on, guys? And I'm back with another video today. So I was sent this picture, right? This screenshot that you guys are looking at right now. And this just does not make sense to me. So Drew McIntyre cut a promo on Kevin Owens. You know, they had a segment on Raw, supposedly, where Drew McIntyre says, "We're wrestlers in a wrestling ring. Let's just freaking wrestle." So that's what Drew McIntyre said towards Kevin Owens. So I didn't see the full promo of it, but I was kind of confused as to like the picture because I don't keep up with Raw, I don't keep up with SmackDown, I don't keep up with the product. But I went and checked, and it basically that's what Drew McIntyre said. So, somebody made a meme, I guess you could say here. Let's just freaking wrestle with Drew McIntyre's face on it. Now, I don't know who made this post that said, "Mad weird for getting excited for the word wrestling." I guess that was referring to Drew McIntyre. I don't fucking know. Or this Bearing Smarks guy is posting that. But either way, it's like, I mean, what's wrong with Drew McIntyre saying we're wrestlers in the wrestling ring? You know, let's wrestle. You know, this is pro wrestling. They're like, what the fuck? Like, of course, you know, it's wrestling. So, I don't see what the big deal is. But, so Bearing Smarks, how creative, underscore, puts like it's just a word. Nothing's really changed about what happens in the ring since they said wrestlers. What kind of goofball are you to get excited over a word? Well, for one, because that's what it is. I mean, it's wrestling. So I don't know if this is a shot at Drew McIntyre or the fans. I'm not sure, but regardless, this is what Drew McIntyre said in a promo. So if anybody was excited over it, what Drew McIntyre said, I mean, well, no shit, let's wrestle. Let's have a match. Kevin Owens versus Drew McIntyre. Let's have a match. Let's fucking wrestle. I don't see what the big deal is about that. You know, I guess. I mean, last time I checked, isn't that a part of wrestling? Is the wrestling itself? Yes, there's more into it. There's promos, there's storytelling, there's all this yada yada blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, what does it all end with? A match. You know what I'm saying? It ends with a match. But anyways, so that's what Bearing Smart said. And, you know, it's just so mind-boggling that Baron Corbin, which he's not the only one, you know, Braun Strowman as well, has posted on this page. And it's just so amazing to me how these wrestlers are that insecure to the point where they have to go to a wrestling fan's page to leave opinions. And the thing is, nobody's attacking. Like, nobody's attacking anybody for their opinions. It's just wrestling fans getting excited for a wrestling match on television. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's like these people make it out as if people, you know, whack off to the word wrestling. It's like, it's a part of the show. Like, what the fuck? But the fact that Baron Corbin, and again, he's not the only one, to stoop this low to go here and say this dumb shit. The only people that actually care about that word probably live in their parents' basement and on Twitter. Yeah, so I guess Drew McIntyre, you know, lives with his parents in his basement. All that money he fucking makes, he lives in his basement. So it's like the fact that he's gonna go and just go on attack mode towards fans because over wrestling, it's like in pro wrestling, they like matches more than whatever the case may be. Which, I mean, no, that's not the only part of pro wrestling. There's also promos. There's also, other shit that goes into pro wrestling. As we all know, we're all fans of it. But again, where's this thing where people are like having hard-ons and fucking they're like, yeah, I want to see wrestling, blah blah blah. It's like it's 5%, maybe 10% of our audience. I think you're full of shit, Corbin. It's not 5%, it's not 10%. If that's the case, then I guess, people who were, rooting for Triple H over John Cena at WrestleMania 22, I guess that, that was majority of the audience. You could say, oh, it was a smart crowd. No, at the end of the day, majority of people booed Cena that night and cheered for Triple H. With Daniel Bryan, people were rooting for Daniel Bryan to be the guy. There was a lot of people that were rooting for Daniel Bryan. And, a bunch of people booing Batista, a bunch of people booing Roman Reigns, because they didn't want that. So I guess that's 10% of your whole fucking fan base. I don't think so. The families with kids don't care what Twitter thinks, which I'm pretty sure they have a Twitter account. But anyways, I guess casuals don't have Twitter accounts. They just watch the shows. That's what I think about Baron Corbin. I like going by a WWE superstar or sports, which I don't have a problem with that. Like I don't see it like if anybody would have a problem with, if Baron Corbin wants to be called a superstar than a wrestler, that's more power to him. There's nothing wrong with that if that's how he feels. But the problem is, and I find it funny, nobody is attacking anybody. These motherfuckers are literally going at wrestling fans over the fact that they get excited over a wrestling match, or because of the word wrestling. I don't see anybody or hear anybody beating their dick off, or wetting their pussies over the word wrestling. Like, I don't get where these people get this information from. It's like who the fuck you think you are? And Baron Corbin, of all people, going on this post and saying that dumb shit, because even though one of your guys in the company cuts a promo over wrestling, so if you're gonna go at wrestling fans for how they feel over the word wrestling, then you might as well go after people in the business who care a lot about putting on, the best matches possible. Of all people, Stone Cold Steve Austin, a guy, who everybody respects. He's a legend. He's a Hall of Famer. He rather call it pro wrestling. So so Stone Cold lives with his basement in his parents' basement. Is there a fridge in the basement with all the all the alcohol that he drinks and all that stuff? Because he rather call himself a pro wrestler than a sports entertainer. There's many legends and there's many people in the business that rather be called pro wrestlers than sports entertainers. And again, if Baron Corbin, if he wants to call himself a superstar than a wrestler, than a pro wrestler, nobody's attacking you for it. Like, why are you people, making out as if motherfuckers are attacking you? Oh, no, you're not an entertainer. You're a wrestler. I don't see that. So, Baron Corbin's just being a fucking asshole right here. It's funny. He's gonna talk all that shit. Well, I guess that's his way of deflecting, because nobody gives a flying fuck about Baron Corbin. That's why he has to change his gimmicks, 10 fucking times, because he fucking sucks. Yeah, I guess he feels bitter and he has to go at pro wrestling fans because, they have a different fucking point of view. But it is what it is. These guys, and they always talk about how the quote unquote smarks go after other people for their wrestling opinions. When you got motherfuckers like this who go around and going at other people because they like because they like, of all things in wrestling, they like the word wrestling. They like pro wrestling. They like wrestling matches. They, you know, what's the fucking what's the fucking big deal about that? You know, it'd be funny if Drew McIntyre, you know, I guess Drew McIntyre was supposed to cut a promo saying, "Wait, we're sports entertainers in a sports entertainment ring. Let's sports entertained." Like, what the fuck? I don't fucking know, man. I really don't. I don't get these people's mentalities whatsoever. You know, oh wow, you know, people are excited over wrestling. Wow, because they're excited over matches. Wow, big fucking deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, but hey, remember, it's the smarks who attack other people. No, it's the other way around. And I've been seeing that for years now. I mean, just by the name alone, Bearing Smarks, like, oh yeah, very creative. But anyways, that's pretty much what I say about that. Nothing much left to say, other than the fact that Barry Corbin's a big fucking tool. You know, the fact that he has to go on, you know, a fan page to voice his, or not voice, but basically, you know, air out his frustrations, you know, that he's holding deep inside, and so he has to go and, you know, attack other people for it. Kind of like how, you know, just pretty much like Braun Strowman, you know, he does the same fucking thing. He goes to this page where he goes and talks shit about, you know, fans and whatnot. You know, it is what it is. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you next time. Peace.